If you envisioning it, and if you see it, if you can taste it, if you can smell it, why aren't you acting on it right now?
Yeah.
Why aren't you acting on it? Because I know, man, if it's something that I really want, whatever I'm going to do, whatever it takes to get to it, I'm finna act on it immediately. I'm finna act on it right now. And it's people out there, man, that you're lazy. That flat out, man,
Straight
you're
up.
lazy. You don't have that grind in you, but you got these big dreams and big goals, and they're never going to get accomplished until you put that foot forward and you start acting on them. Because, man, you just dreaming. You got goals, you got plans for your family, you got plans for yourself, but you not acting on it, man. And yo, what's going on, world? It's your boy Doug. I'm with my co-host K-Ross.
What's going down?
Y'all, welcome to another edition of the Bigger Dream Podcast, episode 26. Ross, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling good today, man. You know, I'm blessed, always blessed. Man, how you doing today, bro?
I'm pretty good, man. Shoot, I woke up this morning. My alarm was at 5. I ain't gonna lie, man. My alarm went off. I was like 5:30. 5:30 came. I was like, all right, 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock came. I was like, man, I need to just sleep in the bed for myself. But then, ET popped in my head.
Hey, you better get on up.
I said, bro, I hate ET, bro. I just went on and got up, man. So my morning started at 6 to start working on the podcast and everything like that. So, shoot, man, this morning it was pretty good for me, actually, man.
Yeah, bro, I got up at 3:45 this morning, man, ready, up and loaded for that 4 o'clock session with the Lord. So, man, I had a good morning this morning, bro. But I actually went back to sleep, too, as well, after my session. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, man, you know what? I'm gonna run later on today, man. I said, I ain't gonna start out running this morning. I should have ran, but I'm gonna go get it in after, the podcast later on tonight, So, yeah, man, it could have went much better. But I had a good time at 4 to 6, man, just getting in the word, bro, and just soaking in that wisdom. So, I'm feeling good this morning, bro.
Did you see my, cause I actually went over a Bible plan this morning.
I seen it in the mail.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. I said, man, I need to get back into my stuff, so I started a new Bible plan this morning. So, just gonna try to stay consistent with that and everything else. But, yeah, man. So, but yeah, y'all, so, man, first off, we just want to be appreciative to everybody that's been tuning in all our podcasts and things. We've been getting a lot of views. We've been getting a lot of more subscribers here recently. So, man, shout out to y'all. But this week's podcast, man, Ross, I'm gonna just let him explain this week's podcast, man. So
yeah, man, this week I just really wanted to talk about setting a plan for your life or setting a plan for goals or your business or something like that, because it was something that dawned on me. When me and Doug went into business, we didn't ever just start a plan. Like, we didn't plan it out. We just said, hey, we're going to do something. When the Lord blessed me with the vision, I was just like, hey, we about to do it, but we never planned it out. We never just sat and wrote down and figured out what could the process be or what everything that we could go through. I mean, we was looking for certain ideas and we couldn't find anything, but I learned in business, pretty much with everything in my life that you truly have to plan some stuff out, and you really have to vision your life on how you want it to be or how it could be for you, and you really have to write these things down. Doug get on to me all the time telling me to write stuff down, but you do got to write it down, and you truly have to pray over those goals and, take it to the Lord. I know I said that in the previous podcast that, ask the Lord, would these goals line up to what goals you have? Because his goals for you could be way greater than what your goals could be, so you got to talk to the Lord and have that relationship. It's important to have a relationship with God so you can have a communication level with him, so that's where I really want to talk to the people, man. It's so important for you, because I know for me, while I'm driving, I always just vision my life, what it could be and what it will be.
I do the same thing, man.
And man, I just feel like once you vision that, you gotta go back home and plan it out. Like, man, okay, I had that vision while driving. Now, what's the proper steps for me to get to that vision that I had? Because I don't believe that these visions just come in vain. I don't believe that they just pop up out of your head out of nowhere. And I want to talk to the people that don't vision their life, or just waking up in the morning and just saying, hey, this is it for me. Hey, I just go to work, I just punch the clock, and because I hear it all the time, especially at the barbershop, man, how was your weekend? Or, man, work. I never hear about, man, I just sat there and I planned my life and I'm about to go attack this or go attack that, or I'm about to be better here or be better in my relationship, or it could be anything. It don't even have to be business. Just want to be a better person, a better human being. You feel me? So yeah, man, I just want to talk to the people about planning, bro. Planning their lives out, visioning your life, and see, and don't dream small. It's called a bigger dream for a reason, people.
Yeah.
So dream big, man. So
Yeah.
what you got on that?
Man, first off, I'm very strategic in any and everything I do.
Yeah.
People that know me personally, y'all know that I always have everything planned out. Like I literally always have everything planned out, and I feel like it's important to plan out your life, everything, because it gives you something to like hold on to. You know what I'm saying? So like if I plan on doing whatever, I know that I need to stick by these set of rules or codes or whatever in order to get to that place. And I feel like when you do plan out things, plan out goals, it's more likely to happen. You know, it's a lot of people out there that be like, and I've heard this many times, they be like, plans don't always work all the time, so you shouldn't plan boom boom. But it's like, man, I'd rather go in with a plan than without a plan. Like I'd rather go in there with a game plan rather than going into a game without a game plan, because I'm already losing. And that just made me think about that quote when they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Have you ever heard that quote before?
No, I never heard that one.
I believe it goes, if you plan to fail, you fail to plan. And that's it's pretty much self-explanatory. If you don't plan at all, you're pretty much planning to fail because you don't have a good game plan behind you. So I can relate that with anything. And for the people out there that don't plan things, I do encourage you guys to plan things, because right now you already plan things. If you go on trips, you plan a trip out. Okay, this day, like for a cruise example, we went on a cruise. We planned what we're gonna do for these days. If you got a wedding or something, you plan for the wedding. So you already plan for like events and places that you want to go. But right now you need to plan for your life. You need to plan for what you gonna do. I remember, man, during high school, I had a plan. I was gonna go to college, and and it happened exactly how I envisioned it. Like you were saying, 'cause I used to say it all the time. I had a plan. I was gonna graduate high school, graduate college, then get a job, and every day before work, I was gonna work out and put my polo on. And I promise you, as soon as I graduated, I started doing this. I started doing that. I started working out before work, and I had my polo on at work. So it's like I planned that out. And man, not all the time plans do work out, you know, but it is important that when you have a plan and something like another opportunity comes on or whatever, it's important to take that risk. And that's what we was telling you guys about a couple podcasts back, man. Just because, and I feel like I strongly feel like for the people out there because I could be one person that can be like, I'm only sticking to the plan. And I can understand where you're coming from because you want to be safe. And once again, man, if another opportunity comes on, man, I still encourage you guys to take that risk, take that opportunity, because just because you got a plan don't mean that it can't be altered. So that's how I feel about it, man.
And I feel like while planning, I think you have to plan for the adjustment. You know, just like you were saying, what if something do happen during the planning? You know, I know for me, man, I plan. Like I said, if I'm coming to your crib or whatever, man, I say I'm gonna leave my house at 8 o'clock or 8:30 because you know me, I'm planning for traffic. You know, I'm planning. My hours have to be.
Even at work, you do that.
I know, bro. Like I said, I just have to be on time. I have to. It's just a bust for me. Like I said, when I was a kid, I always said I'm gonna be on time for everything I do. You know, that's just how I plan my life. My planning go by the hours. At 6 o'clock, I say I'm gonna be here. 7 o'clock, I'm gonna be there. But I feel like whatever you're planning out in your life, you have to plan for the adjustment. You know, if the what if happens, something may come in your plans. You know, and you may have to think about, hey, I might want to go this route while you planned and you thought that this route was for you, but something better came to you. For me, I pray, say, Lord, is this coming from you? You know, because again, he got the ultimate wisdom. He got the everlasting wisdom. So I know if he placed it in your heart or he put it in your pathway, this might be the route for you to go to, you know? So, man, you got to plan for the adjustment, man. So I just love planning my life out, and it makes you feel better, make you feel like you're doing something. You're just not just living life, you know? A lot of people not living life, but I feel like once you wake up and you just truly stick with your plan, I forgot to tell you that, stick with your plan too. You know, don't be all over the place and stuff like that. Stick with your plan. Me and Doug, we got a plan for our business. Sometimes we do get in a jammed up situation. But me and him, we come together, we say, hey, we got a plan for this week. We got a plan for something else this week. We got a plan for this. Hey, we got to do better there. And we stick with the plan for that week. And stick with your plan, man. So it's important to stick with the plan and plan for the adjustments, bro. It's so important for them.
Stick to the plan and plan for the adjustments, y'all. Yeah. Take that into accountability with your life, y'all. Stick to the plan. Like you were saying, for the people out there that don't have a plan, like I honestly don't see how you don't have a plan. Like,
man, there's some people that's waking up and, like I said,
no, I know,
yeah, they just going to work and they plan is already set for them by their job, you know. So they say, hey, you come to work, you need to be covering A, B, and C, and that's your plan. But that's not true.
That's not your plan,
right? That's their plan that they have set for you. I mean, even though that you signed up for the job and that may be the job that you want to be, you know, take that same planning that they give you and plan it in your life, use it in your life, whether it be at home. If you want to stay on the job, that's cool. We always encourage you, man, do great at your job. Go for the extra position. Go reach the top, the highest level you can in that company. But take that same planning that they give you and plan it to your life, whether it be in your marriage life or your friends level, you know. So use that same plan and put it towards your life.
Yeah. And that just reminds me what I said last podcast when I was telling you about workers with no vision. And I got that from ET.
Yeah, man.
Like, man, y'all have to have a plan. Like, you have to have a plan with everything you do. I recommend, because, man, I don't see why a person wouldn't want to be their best self, you know, at a job or just wherever. Like, if that's something that you love to do, and that's something that I don't even know. I can't even say if that's something that you love to do, because I know when I was at my job, even though that's not something that I love to do, I still was striving to be number one, even though I had...
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah, even though I had my business, I was still like, man, because I remember what I told y'all, like, what we do at our job is going to transfer over to our business. So it's just like, y'all, like, I feel like whatever you do, man, and because I hate losing, so I'm like, whatever I do, man, I got to strive to be the best at it. And I feel like a plan, it helps a person like just be more cordial with everything, and it just puts them on that right track. And man, for the people out there that just waking up every day, and you don't have a plan, I mean, you need to do something. You need to come up with a plan, because man, you can't. Get you a plan. Yeah, get you a plan. You can't play with your life. You can't play with your life. And man, there's people out there with dreams and goals, and you're not acting on it at all. You're just dreaming and goals. You just, I often say dreaming and goals. Yeah. You're just dreaming. You just dreaming with all these goals, man. And you need to put a plan together, and you need to stick to it, and go after it. And once again, man, once you do begin going after your goal, other things may come on your road, and it's up to you to decide if you feel like that's the best way or best route to go. Because, like I said, you already plan out everything. Your whole life, I ain't gonna say it's been planned out, but when you was in school, it was a plan of what time you go to school, what time lunch, what time these classes, boom. And after you guys graduated, work, it's a plan. But I'm glad Ross said that, and they already have a plan for you, but you have to have a plan for yourself after you get outside of those work walls, and you need to apply that in many areas of your life, man. So,
or you can do what me and Doug did. We jumped off. You know, we sold into that freedom world, man. We was like, hey, man, we don't want to, this plan here is not working for me anymore. You know, you just go see the podcast about when we jumped off our business, man. I love that episode so much. But man, we just sold into our freedom. Yeah. You know, that was always our plan. We was like, man, we don't want to work here no more. You know, even though we number one at what we do, I promise you, I was number one. I couldn't be number two. I had to be great at what I do. I went to work every day on time. I could not be late. You know what I'm saying? I was on time every day. But my plan was to get up out of there. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to get up out of there, man. And when the opportunity presented itself, I may have did it the wrong way. You know, cause I always told you, I said, boy, when I quit, I'm let these boys, boy, I ain't putting in no 2 weeks. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? These boys use me. You know, Doug thought I was playing, man. Them folks come and say, hey, Ross, come, man, I'm gone. Man, I ain't coming back to work.
He really did.
You know what I'm saying?
He really did that.
Even though it may be wrong in your eyes, you know, for all the judgmental people, hit me in the comments. But yeah, man, I had to sow into that freedom role. And a lot of people may be stuck, you know, be scared to take that risk of sowing into your freedom. And you really can do it. You know, you really can jump off your job. And it's hard out here. It's deep. The water's deep. But it is doable because we are human beings. If you see other human people do it, you can do it as well, man. So.
And I'm glad you said that, and that just reminds me or makes me think about pursuing your dreams, pursuing your passion. Like if you don't have a plan,
right?
Like just think about it, man. For the people out there that don't have a plan, man, how you feel about this? If you don't have a plan, just pursue your dreams, pursue your passion.
We did it. I mean, like I said, we didn't have a plan with our business.
So right, yeah.
We just kept pursuing it every day. I mean, we showed up every day. We went to the office. We were like, okay, what we do here now? And then
soon we planned
it. Kept on talking and talking and talking.
Yeah.
After a year went by,
yeah.
And then we were like, okay, man, now it's time to truly put something forth, action onto this thing, you know. So we added action into the plan, and look where we at now.
Do you think that we like us personally, me and you, would be farther along if we would have?
I believe so.
Came up with a plan. Yeah, me too.
I believe so. If we would have came up with a plan and put that action towards that plan, I believe we'll be right now, you know.
But instead, in a better position. But y'all, instead, we just jumped off like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yes, sir.
We were just out there, and sometimes I do feel like it's important to test those waters out. You know what I'm saying? Because man, like it was when we didn't have a plan. It's like we were just so eager to, I don't know, just learn everything, and we were just like, should we do this? And then I remember one time I was telling you about a business proposal. I ain't gonna say it on camera. But you was like, man, nah, that ain't our industry. We ain't finna be doing that. I was like, bro, this may get us some money in the meantime. And we was just, well, I know me personally, I was just all over the place. But like I said, it is important to take that risk, man, because you learn so many things in that risk. And like Ross said, if we would have had a plan at first, we would be so much further than we are right now, y'all. And man, it's a beautiful journey that we on. And I'm trying to tell you, planning is very important, y'all. Planning is so important to your life, man, because, bro, you will get so much further if you have a plan. So man, that's how.
And for our future entrepreneurs looking here, listen, plan it out before you make your decision. You know, make sure that you, again, pray. It's very important. I'm giving you some keys here, man. Pray and ask the Lord. He shall direct your path. You know, plan it out. Take your plan to God and see if it seems fit for your life. You know, and make that decision and go ahead and go for it for the future entrepreneurs, man. Again, like I said, your new business idea is gonna come to pass. I told you last podcast, don't speak nothing negative to your life. Don't listen to them people around you. Just keep going and stick to your plan. Once you start this thing, you got this. And if you want to jump from your job, do it.
Now you just gonna tell them like that?
Man, do it, man. You got one life to live. Live it how you want to do it, man. I'm trying to tell you, you can't just walk around and be like, man, okay, I listened to this person, I held back. Now you're at that job for 2 or 3 more years. Listen, do it. Me and Doug did it, and it's hard. But you learn so much about yourself. You get to really, man, I'm talking about diagnosing yourself. Man, I'm talking about, bro, we got to talk about that in another podcast, man. Just how much I just learned about myself just by jumping off the job, you know what I'm saying? And just staying afloat, you know, so. Man, it just builds something. It just brings something out of you that you didn't know that you had at that job, bro. So, man, for my future entrepreneurs, don't be scared to jump off that job, man. You know, and I know people, mamas and daddies, gonna get on to me. You encouraged my baby? Yes, I did. Because we only got one life to live. And if you old enough to make that decision and go ahead and do it, man. But I'm not saying put your family in jeopardy, though. I'm not saying that. Hey, now, if you know you got a big family and stuff and you can't handle it, stay on the job first. Plan, you know what I'm saying? Put action behind that plan and get your family to that promised land that you're trying to get to.
Yeah, and man, that's important with what you were just saying. I like that. And it's funny, Ross always tell y'all, majority of all the podcasts go and jump off your job for the entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
But for the people that do have plans and you're not acting on it, you know, that what you just brought to my attention. If you have a plan, man, and you're not acting on it, what are you waiting on? Bro, what are you waiting on? All you doing? What?
I just want to know what I'm with you. What are you waiting on? Yeah.
Man, and I really want to know. I mean, because I know things are hard, but it's like, man, if you envisioning it, and if you see it, if you can taste it, if you can smell it, why aren't you acting on it right now?
Yeah.
Why aren't you acting on it? Because I know, man, if it's something that I really want, whatever I'm going to do, whatever it takes to get to it, I'm finna act on it immediately. I'm finna act on it right now. And it's people out there, man, that you're lazy. That flat out, man, you're lazy. You don't have that grind in you, but you got these big dreams and big goals, and they're never going to get accomplished until you put that foot forward and you start acting on them. Because man, you just dreaming. You got goals, you got plans for your family, you got plans for yourself, but you not acting on it, man. And it's tough that, bro. It's tough because I can never see myself in that position, man. If I'm like, bro, if I got a dream, if I got a goal, and like you were saying, listening to outside people, and they got you on your job for 2 or 3 more years, like I can't be that individual. I could never be that individual to have other people putting their say-so, their input on my goals, on my dreams. And people still try to do it to this day. You know what I'm saying? Trying to put what they think I should be doing and all this. But it's like we always say, y'all, it's your life. Like Ross just said, you have one life to live. You have one life to live. And, man, I encourage you guys, back to what we're talking about, plan it out. If you don't have a plan right now, make a plan. We always talk about having these goals. Have a 3-month goal, 6-month goal, year goal. What is your end goal? Like when you're older, when you're 60, 70, 80 years old, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in life? How do you see your life? How do you see your career? How are you living? Just, man, plan it out, because I guarantee once you do plan something out and you're looking at it every day, like Ross said, pray over it, I promise you, it's going to happen. It's going to come. And if it don't come, because sometimes, like I was saying earlier, sometimes your plans don't work out. But, man, as long as you, like we agreed on, as long as you following your dreams and your passion, man, you will not lose. You will not lose.
And your plan will take you somewhere. You know, it'll take you to another destination that you need to go to, or go through another process that you need to go through. But your plan will take you somewhere. It will take you somewhere that you need to be, and you have to go through whatever it may be, wherever it took you. You may have to go through that storm. And life is all about storms. I know you were talking about, man, life is hard. Life is hard, you know. But as I recall, as a little boy, whatever I went through, I done came on out. You know, as long as it don't kill you, I believe, man, you can make it through anything, bro. As long as it don't kill you. Whatever the storm may be, I believe that you can make it through anything, bro.
I do too.
I truly believe that, bro. And you can only make it through Jesus Christ, though. So, you know, I always got to give y'all the word, because I would just want to encourage you all, man, because I just see a lot of people in this world just down Jesus Christ, and, man, you know, and I always uplift him here, because he's the true king. You know, and he loves you so much. He loves you so much. In this podcast, as a Christian entrepreneur, that must be first in my life. And I always have to acknowledge the king here, man. So involve him into your plans, because he wants to be in your plans. And remember, he dropped this in my heart, and it's so simple. I always say, you can do all things through Jesus Christ, who strengthens you. You can't do it by yourself. You know, you can have the mega team. You still won't be able to do it without him. And even if you think that you could do it without him, just know it was him that helped you through that storm. So through whatever planning you had went through, man. So, man, I think that's a good podcast for the people, you know, for the people that's down to, and people that never planned their lives out. I feel like this is a good podcast for them to listen to, bro.
Yeah. I mean, and then something else I was thinking, you know, people without plans, sometimes it comes from the people that you hanging around with, you know, because if you hang around people who don't got plans for for themselves, then more than likely you're gonna be the next person that don't have a plan for themselves. And
nah, real tough. I used to be that man. I used to plan for. I never planned, but I used to follow somebody else's plan. That wasn't adding to my life. You know, I was doing what they wanted to do, what they had plans even for me. You know, they even had plans for me, like see what kind of car that I can have, see what kind of, you know, things that I would like or whatever, you know, and I was chasing after his plans, you know, and which is nothing wrong with it at some point in your life, because if you and the two are equally yoked, you know, like me and Doug, we have plans together, you know, but I was in the wrong position at that time. I don't want to say too much, but I was in the wrong position in my life, and came to find out, like I said, that's why God had delivered me from that, because them wasn't the plans that he had for me. You know, but when I was in that position, I was like, oh, these the plans, okay, this is what it takes. You just take partying to get there, you know. That's what I thought. I thought it just took partying and clubbing and drinking and doing all those things, but it actually take hard work to get to the plans that he was even speaking about. You know, the person I'm talking about, I don't want to say no names, anything like that. But when God delivered me and set me free, he gave me my own plans, you know, and he gave me visions and goals about myself. I was able to use my own brain. You know, a lot of people don't even get to use their own brain because they so stuck with, you know, the person that have money, who they're around. They got money, and normally when you're in a position like that, you know, the person with the money, they get to do all the say-so and, you know, things like that. But that's another podcast there, dude.
Oh man, I mean, but bro, that's crazy. And now that you say that, the person that they looking up to, or hanging around with money, they making all the plans for you. They making the person that you hanging around with making your plans, and that don't sit right with me, man.
Nah,
that don't sit right
it
with me at
don't
all.
sit right. It just depends what type of who the person is. You know, is it a great leader? We go back to leadership. You know, if it's a great leader, like I said, man, great leaders, they can once you have a team, you know, they look up to that great leader.
Okay,
you know?
but a team though, everybody's putting in a piece though, not just one person. You know, telling everybody
this what's gonna happen. This how your life need to be. This, but that's not gonna cut it. But you know, you go through things and you learn from.
It's all a learning experience. 'Cause I remember you was telling me that back when you was doing that, you was like, man, this is it for me. Clubbing and drinking, like you said. You said that. That was
gonna be my life.
Yeah, that's what you told me.
I truly thought that was gonna be my life. I said, man, I'll be doing this for a long time. Cause I was about 20 years old. Like, man, I got 30, 40 years, you know. So I got another 20 in me to do. So I really thought that was gonna be my life, bro. I didn't even think about money at the time. I was like, you know, I wasn't even thinking about providing. You know, so I was like, this is gonna be my life. I'm gonna be clubbing for a minute, you know, popping bottles, chasing women, and I thought that was it for me.
So you thought that was your purpose? Just
man, I wasn't even thinking about a purpose at the time.
Oh, you wasn't thinking about a purpose?
I'm telling you, bro, God had to truly separate me for me to even think about a purpose on this earth. You know, man, that's why I said when he told me it was time to stop playing, he meant it so much bigger than what I thought it meant. It meant so much bigger than what I thought it meant at that time, man. It meant purpose. It meant goals. It meant visions. You know,
so right now, what do you got to say to the people that's in your same, like they don't even know? Or
well, we did a podcast about it. I told my story, a little bit of the story.
Yeah, no, I know about your story, but I'm saying for like the people that's, and pretty much I know we have been covering it or going over it, but like the people that they not even thinking about it like right now. Like the people that was in probably like your same position, man, and the people that they looking up somebody and they don't have a purpose, they don't have any of this. Like what is like one thing that you would just like recommend like them to do?
One word: separate. It's I know it may suck. It may be your partner, it may be your best friend. I know the big word that we like to use in the community is loyalty.
Loyalty.
You know, hey, you know, I understand that.
I like how you be trying to talk like you like 50 years old.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro, I really got that. I gained that wisdom for what I had went through though.
Yeah.
But man, separate. It's so important, and you have to be selfish with you. You got to look out for you. Because at the end, they're going to look out for them, you know. But with me, it's different on my end. But you got to separate and truly get into that zone, that mode where you just look at your life and see what you want to be. You know, a lot of people, I ain't even ask myself, hey, what do I want to be? You know, I was just so entangled. You know, that's the new word that the people, I was entangled with the club life, you know, with the alcohol, you know what I'm saying? I was entangled with it, man.
Yeah.
But a lot of people got to truly just separate themselves. If you're in that position, separate yourself and really close yourself in and look at you and figure out what you want to do and what you want to be in life. And you hear your partner, you hear that person that's in, you know, in the position with money that's speaking over your life, but what have you spoken over your life? You know, what have you thought for yourself in a while? What have you looked into? You know, so man, you got to separate. That's big.
Yeah.
And God had to show me that. I mean, it was even in His Word before I even knew it. He said, "Be ye separate, come from among them." You know, and I'm telling you, man, I be thinking it means something else, but He showed me this what it truly means. So man, He truly had to separate. I had to come from among them, and look where I'm at now, man. I'm a man with goals. I'm a man with person, a man that want to provide, a man that wants to do right. You know, a man that don't never say that I'm never wrong. You know, I used to have that arrogance in me. I had to pray and ask the Lord to take that away from me. Man, ain't lying to you. So it's so much more than just, money and all these things that you used to vision or plan out to, man. You got to plan your life out, see how you can become a better person, a better woman, a better man, a better husband, better wife, So it's so much more than when we just say plan, for your business and things like that. You got to plan your life out and truly put that action behind that plan, man. So, man, hey, for the people that's in that position, separate. Yeah. Separate.
I can't believe this podcast still free, man, the way you just been.
Bro,
golly.
And there's so much more to come. I'm telling you, I haven't even just digged into it till we really dissect that thing on down, man.
Yeah.
In the future podcasts. Man,
okay. Well, y'all, man, like Ross said, separate. Take some time to yourself, please.
For real.
Plan it out. You already plan out what you gonna do for the weekend. You plan out the vacations. Like I said, you plan out the weddings.
Yep.
You plan out all these things. When have you ever just said, all right, let me make a plan for my life? Well, let me make a plan for my life. So right now, y'all, after this podcast, make a plan for your life. And I guarantee when you waking up every day, man, and you looking at that plan, it's going to get you excited. Because when I used to work at FedEx, man, I had every day I would log in on my computer and I had a Lamborghini right there.
Yep.
And that was just my motivation. I was just like, man, I know this job ain't gonna, and I ain't just trying to bash the job with it, but I was like, man, I know this job ain't gonna give me this Lamborghini, but I know my business and other things that I have planned is gonna give me. So every day when I went into work, no matter how the work environment was around me, no matter how negative or anything that was thrown at me, all this work that I had to do, every day I would go on my computer and I would look at my Lamborghini and it would get me excited. It would get me excited. As soon as I see that Lamborghini, I start pitching other things that I have planned out for my life. And it's so deep. It's so deep. I was on Twitter the other day and this one chick, she had posted that last year sometime she and I guess we talking about manifesting now. She posted a picture and was like, man, I want this type of house and I want this type of car. Fast forward a year later, she put both pictures together, her actual car and house and the car and house that she posted a year ago. It's the same identical thing.
That's a blessing,
and bro, it's crazy how that work, man.
Yeah, hey. Like I said, it's important, bro. You just gotta think on those things.
You gotta think on it and pray on it, like you said, man.
You gotta pray on it.
Yeah.
You gotta pray on it. And then even just looking at your life, man, you said when you worked at FedEx, I remember in the previous podcast, in the podcast we did before, you was like, man, I thought, your plan was make it through high school, go to college, get you a job in the management role, and get that Lambo. I was gonna tell you at the beginning of the podcast, I was gonna say Lambo, and you had to make the adjustment.
Yeah.
During that time, you're like, hold on, this job not finna, give me this Lambo. I had to make the adjustment and go into the entrepreneur route.
Yeah.
So your plan still remained the same, but the adjustment came. But you probably didn't plan for that.
But not
adjustment.
my plan, my goal or my end goals is still the same.
Yeah.
My plans had to get adjusted.
Yeah. You had to turn to the adjustment route. Okay, I see what you're saying.
So that's why I said earlier that it's important that a person pursues or they have goals because, like, bro, my goal or one of my goals or whatever was to get is to get a Lamborghini, right? So I was like, okay, I'm working here. I see the pay rates, and in HR, I seen the pay rates for the highest person there working in HR. So I'm like, okay, that's not gonna get me to where I want to be. So like I said, like we were saying, y'all, sometimes the plans have to get altered. But now I feel like it's important, like you said, to have that mindset, like, okay, I want to be a better husband, I want to be a better wife, because you know that you have to, what you want to be. You see it, and maybe the plan that you have right now, it ain't working, so you have to change the plan. But it's important that you manifest or you see that end goal, because that is going to keep you aligned. So man, that really just got me thinking right there, real talk. So I feel like that's important, y'all. Have a goal, have a dream. Still have plans though. No matter what we just said, still have a plan. Because man, I'd rather go out there, like I said, with a plan than be out there like a chicken with his head cut off. Because man, if I didn't have a plan, bro, I would still be unhappy, and I would still just it's just crazy, man. But all I say is I recommend you guys right now after the podcast, please go get a plan. Make a plan from a year, 5 years. And when you're 50 or 60 years old, man, and always have a goal. Think big. It's the Bigger Dream Podcast. Think big, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you got anything else for him, man?
Man, one more thing, man. For the people out here in the D, in Texas, and Houston, listen. Plan your butt to stay at home. It's COVID-19, man. Listen, plan your butt to listen to this podcast and plan your butt to stay home, because we want to go back outside, especially in our business. We want to go outside, So if they lock this thing on that, lock it down. Plan to lock it down, Governor. Plan to lock it down, and you listen to this podcast as well, because you're gonna learn something as well. But yeah, man, plan that thing on that, baby.
Okay.
You know what time it is.
Yeah. Hey, well, y'all. Hey, we got a.
I don't know if this is a gift.
We got a special shipment in.
Bro.
Love Waste Management, y'all. Shout out to the sponsor, Love Waste Management.
Shout out to them boys.
Got us a trash can, man. You know they're a valet trash service in the Dallas area. Valet trash for apartments is a popular amenity these days. They sent us a trash can to show, cause we support them. We've been supporting them since the first episode.
Real talk.
So.
And the sponsors.
Yeah, they the sponsors. We got the shirts on. So shout out to them. They doing big things, y'all. Check them out. Check them out on their website, lovewastemgmt.com, or their Instagram. Spell it all out, Love Waste Management. So, man, if that's everything, I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast. Appreciate the support, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.
All right.